It's the all-new Sports Visions with Dale Williams and DJ Jones, your 1980 national champions. 1980 and 81 SEC champions, two damn good dogs.
Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, player?
Hey, I'm excited, man. We're on the banks of the beautiful Chattahoochee River. You can see the whitewater rafts in the background here. And you know what, Dale, this is the kickoff of spring.
Kickoff of spring, DJ, and summer, DJ, because, you know, we don't have spring around here. It just goes straight summer around here.
Absolutely. Coming up in just a little bit, we have an opportunity to talk about the Masters. Now, that's one for the ages.
That's one for the ages, DJ, and everybody just waiting on see what Tiger Woods is going to do, DJ.
Also, we do have an NCAA men and women's basketball champion. We'll be talking about that and more this week on Sports Visions.
During the Nissan Now sales event at Headquarter Nissan.
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go, so they're all priced to sell.
Save up to $10,000 on new Titan, buy from just $21,130.
All remaining Ultimas just $19,900.
Rogue just $19,800 and Centris only $13,700. All backed by our value plan featuring a lifetime warranty and more.
Hurry
before they're gone.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people, but when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson & Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first. When you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident, remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380.
Call now.
Welcome back to Sports Visions, Dale. It's Masters Week, and of course, I know that folks have come from long and far away to this beautiful golf tournament that's just been one of the traditional pearls, the diamonds, if you will, of the PGA Tour.
Really, DJ, people have started coming in Augusta ever since Easter. So they've been here for a week, going to stay for another week, and look forward to having a very exciting Masters.
Absolutely. Again, what the highlight of the week has been, obviously Tiger Woods is healthy and is going to be playing and has been playing. And you know what? He's the odds-down favorite to win the Masters.
Well, you know, DJ, you said the key word was that he's healthy, and really I think he's got that competitive edge right now. I think he's kind of tasting something big time is going to happen. He's always done well in Augusta. I'm looking forward to it.
The Masters is over 80 years old, started by Bobby Jones about that many years ago. And, you know, it was just a situation where Bobby Jones wanted to design a golf course down in Augusta, man, bought a parcel of land, had some help from some investors, and the rest is history.
The rest is history, DJ, and really, anytime that you get a chance, Google the Masters, and it'll give you a great background history of this major event.
Absolutely, and I know when you talk about the Masters, there's some traditions that go along with great events, just like the Super Bowl and the World Series. There's some traditions that go on with the Masters, and I know on Monday they have the annual press conference. They have the dinner for the former champion, the previous champion. You know what? He gets to pick the meal, and I'm going to ask you, if you were a Masters champion, what would be the meal that you would have the chef fix?
Come on, DJ. Well, you know I have that bone-in ribeye with baked potatoes, garlic mashed potatoes, and since we're in the South, sweet potato pie.
Absolutely. And you know what? If I had the opportunity to plan the menu, it would definitely be turkey and dressing, collard greens, macaroni and cheese, black-eyed peas, and you know what? A little sweet potato pie.
Yep, got to have that sweet potato pie in there, DJ. Yeah. But really, you know, the history is great down there. Even they have the amateur night where the top amateur golfer, they honor him. They have a big dinner for that. You know, then the Part 3 deal that they do with the kids and the family, which ends up being a pro-am on Wednesday. And then the rest is history on Thursday. It officially starts.
It officially starts. But even going back to the beginning, did you know that up until 1983 that at the Masters, it was a private golf club, and the golfers that came into play had to use the caddies from the golf club, and they were happened to be African Americans. So that's a bit of history. That changed over in 1983 where you could bring in your own, but up until that time, the caddies were African American.
African American caddies, DJ, and really, you know, we had an opportunity that even the service down in the maid service there is African Americans. I mean, they still in their traditional garments, DJ, and uniforms. So really, it has a lot of history. Whether you like it or not, it has a lot of history. But really, one of the most beautiful places on earth.
It is, and of course, when you talk about the Masters and as far as qualifying as a golfer that's playing there, you know, you automatically get exemptions to not only the PGA Tour, the Japan Tour, the European Tour. There's a plethora of tours that you get an exemption from. You don't automatically, you know, qualify for these golf tournaments. But the winner of the Masters, you know, you're winning the big. That's the Super Bowl, and it's the first event of the golf season.
That's right, DJ. And really, the other thing is, if you do win a green jacket and you win the Masters, you're there for lifetime. You get to play at the Masters every year until you're not playing.
And again, when you talk about that green jacket, you get to take it after you win it that first year, but you have to return it to the clubhouse. And again, can you imagine, you know, all of these jackets there, and then and if you win the Masters multiple times, the only way that you get another green jacket is if you have to, you know, have a size run. You have to change it up. But your Masters will be there, all locked, boxed, and stocked for you to come whenever you come.
I mean, like they said, DJ, go to Masters.com. It's some great history. There's a lot of things that we couldn't tell you right here. But if you go online and go to Masters.com, and I tell you, DJ, you're going to find out a lot of history.
All right. We'll be right back after this.
Take a deep breath in and exhale. And a gentle wave-like motion. Liberate your spine. And reach. Toes blossoming.
Not that great at yoga.
Yeah, but when I slipped a disc, he paid my claim in just one day.
So he had your back?
Yep.
In just one day, we process approve and pay. One-day pay, only from Aflac.
Headquarter Nissan has the same used vehicles as our competitors, but for much less.
And with a lifetime warranty.
Their 2016 Ford Focus, $12,900. Ours, $11,500. That's over $1,400 less.
Plus, you get a lifetime warranty and more at no extra cost.
Their 2016 Nissan Rogue, $17,400. Ours, $16,300.
Plus a lifetime warranty and value plan extras.
Compare and see for yourself.
Don't pay more for less. Pay less for more. A lot more. Only at Headquarter Nissan.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Dale being on the banks of the Chattahoochee, and tell you got a nice wind here. Folks are having a good time getting ready for the rafting season.
That's right, man. Everything is getting ready. Whitewater rafting is big, and, you know, as we might even see a couple of rafts.
Yeah, don't be surprised in the background here, because it's right there. They're coming right through. That's a prime time spot. But while we're talking prime time, Dale, congratulations to Notre Dame, the new women's NCAA basketball champions. And I told you, they did it in great fashion.
They did it in great fashion, DJ, and I'm going to try this thing, Arika Ogunbowale.
Yeah, I'm glad better you than me, but she hit, and guess what? She did something that not many people could say in the history of basketball. The chance of a lifetime, hit two big shots, the semis to get them to the finals, and then hit a three-pointer to win the finals.
I mean, I don't think really she's probably still not asleep yet, DJ. Unbelievable shots, game-winning shots, and really hats off to the women's tournament, really, DJ. I mean, you got 4 #1 seeds that were there. They played overtime games. They played buzzer-beater games. And all the Final Four, it'll never be another Final Four like that again.
And, you know, I mentioned weeks prior to coming into the NCAA Final Four and to the championship game is that, you know, I was so excited about watching the girls play because I have an opportunity. They play so hard now and they play so fundamentally sound, and that, you know, I become a big fan of women's basketball.
Really, DJ, I mean, really, that was a catless tournament, I believe, in the sense that, you know, you got 4 #1 seeds from Louisville to all the way to Notre Dame. You had Mississippi State, and you got UConn, and all of them went overtime game, buzzer beater games. Really, you can't ask for a tighter tournament there then.
And for the first time in 17 years that Notre Dame has been able to take a women's national title back to South Bend. And when you talk about down in Starkville, you know, Stark Vegas, man, could you imagine? You saw the shots of them filling up that arena with all those folks, those fans that followed the game that didn't get a chance to go.
That was big, man. Really, it's a lot of people really are excited about women's basketball. And really, you know, Final Four brings out the best in all the basketball fans.
All right, we're going to take a short break. This is Sports Vision.
This hotel was built in the early 60s. It opened in June of 1962, actually. And at the time, you know, Atlanta was a hotspot relative to civil rights activities. A lot of the basis behind this hotel was the original developer, Dr. Marvin Goldstein. He was an immigrant. His family was an immigrant, and he believed in the fair treatment of all people. And so when he opened this hotel, it was the first hotel in downtown Atlanta to welcome people of all races. So the renovation consisted of a $16 million investment, and we really touched all areas of the building. We have gone into the guest rooms and pretty much redesigned the bathrooms so they look larger. They're larger and they look very different, obviously. The guest rooms, color scheme-wise and design-wise and furnishings, all are looks and feels from materials and woods and so forth that harken back to the design elements that were used in the 60s. Mid-century modern, so you think if you're ever a fan of the Mad Men television series, there's great connections there. You're really in a central area of downtown. We've got the Tabernacle concert venue right behind us. We have Skyview Atlanta, which is the 40-story Ferris wheel. We've got Centennial Olympic Park. You're a 5-minute walk from the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium and the Georgia World Congress Center, as well as being just 5 minutes walk off of the Peachtree Street Business Corridor. So it really is a very central location where anybody who might be visiting Atlanta, whether it's for leisure or whether it's for business meetings or convention attendance, it's a concentric location for all of those people. So this hotel has about 19,000, just under 20,000 square foot of function space. That's all combined. That's our function rooms as well as public spaces that support those function rooms. To that end, you know, we can accommodate all kinds of business. We look for corporate business during the week. We look for social business during the weekends and in the summer months. And of course, we participate in all the citywide conventions. And we hope that from at least the local and regional aspect that we can draw in some of the smaller associations to use the hotel as well. Legacy is a development company at its roots and has grown over the years to become an owner and operator of restaurants and an owner and operator of hotels. We've got 5 hotels now that we operate in the downtown market. So we have this cluster of availability, and so we can help support one another in terms of being able to accommodate groups and things of that nature. All of our properties are either relatively new or relatively newly renovated. So we have all new product as well. Downtown market now, we have about 1,200 guest rooms.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
Hey y'all, I'm Erin with Headquarter Nissan and want to let you guys know about a giveaway. We are super excited to partner with PNB Broadcasting to give away a brand new Nissan Sentra. So listen, all you have to do is stop by Headquarter Nissan. We have a entry box here, just complete a ballot, fill out all the information it requests of you please, drop it in our box, and it's conveniently located right when you walk in the showroom doors. Complete that, and then throughout the week leading up to the drawing, PNB is going to come by with their different DJs and talent. They're going to pull winners every week and contact you if you are a finalist. They are compiling a short list, and those folks will be here on June the 2nd for our Sentra giveaway. So super excited about it, you guys. All you have to do is come in and enter to win. We are giving away a Sentra on June 2nd to somebody. It could be you.
Welcome back to Sports Visions, Dale. I know with the golfing coming in with the Masters and obviously with the outgoing of the college basketball season, spring practice is here, and I know that teams have been at it now for a couple of weeks. We had the pleasure of sharing some time with some old Letterman up in Georgia. Kirby Smart, tremendous job. Thank you. Jonas Jennings as well, having a networking event for the former Letterman as well as a barbecue, getting the guys together and, of course, making sure that the big brothers, the older brothers, us, the older alumni, get together with the younger guys and just let them know what's going on. Those of us in business, those of us who have families, I just appreciate them having the opportunity to bring us in before G-Day.
I think it was a great event, DJ, and kudos to Kirby Smart and his staff for bringing the Letterman in, because really Letterman play a big part in anybody's program. and to have some former Letterman there, it helps down the line, DJ.
Absolutely, and I know that over the years, you know, the young men on the team have been seeing us doing our thing, and maybe they didn't get a formal introduction. Again, it's kind of a nip and tuck when you go in as a credentialed media person, but we're just a couple of former Georgia Lettermen that started our own business. We're entrepreneurs, and some of those guys might, you know, want to have the opportunity to do and hear our story. So I was glad for another reason that we were able to network and have our table set up and network with all the former players as well as the young ones that are still there.
Well, really, DJ, I really think it's a great opportunity for these players that are graduating to know what kind of resources they do have, because you know, when you move into the business world, you graduate from college and stuff, networking and having contacts and resources are very important. I think people are going to see that this weekend. I think really some of those former players will be able to reach out to some of those current players who know somebody that, you know, they might be majoring in something that really could help them off the field.
And you know as well as I do, one of the famous lines that the college recruiters and coaches tell the young athletes, prospects, and the parents is that, you know, when you leave this institution, we're going to have an opportunity to network and we'll be able to get you jobs even if the NFL doesn't work out.
Really, that's what you want to hear. That's what your parents want to hear. They want to look at it and say, okay, we're going to make sure you graduate and you're going to have a job in these 4 years. That's all a parent want to hear. A player wants to hear that too, but, you know, at the same time, when all fails, at least you have your education to fall back on and to have some resources and the credentials to go into the business world. That's all you want.
Absolutely, and again, just that little kick in the butt, if you will, by seeing somebody who actually walked the path that you want to walk as a college football player, and to see a couple of guys not far removed. And yeah, we hadn't played in a while, but we have some guys that are much younger than us that are not too far removed that are doing some big things, some wonderful things, in addition to just playing in the National Football League.
That's right, DJ. I'm telling you again, networking and knowing what your resources are. You know, you might go to a job interview and you got Georgia Bulldog fans there. If you're an Auburn guy, you might go and it might be Auburn fans that are actually over human resources. So to have that kind of favor, DJ, really, it helps and really it pays off to go to a big-time school to have those kind of resources.
You know, we had intentions of talking about spring practice. However, I think that it's very important at this point in time that we have the attention of the parents, we have the attention of the guardians of the young men, as well as the young student athletes that aspire to play at the next level. But these are the questions that you ask. I mean, obviously, all the teams have great facilities, great weight room, a great practice facility. They have the best shiny new uniforms. But for you, the questions are, parents, to really get an understanding of what can this institution do for your son or daughter after they choose to play ball at your school.
DJ, kudos. I mean, you just said it all. I mean, really, when you get recruited, that's what you want to ask. Those are the questions you want to ask. Those should be some of the reasons you make the decision to go where you're going to go. If you're a Georgia kid and you go to University of Georgia, you got human resources people all around the state, then you see all the resources that you'll have on campus. You got to roll with who's going to roll with you.
And you hear all these, these statistics that say who's going to make it and who's not as far as professional sports. But Dale, you and I both know that the majority of the young men and women, whether they live in this area or whether they live in another state, the smart thing to do is to really evaluate and take a good look at your state school, because most of the time, whenever your time is up on that college campus, wherever you are across America, you're going to move back closer to your hometown. It's very unusual for you to stay in your college town, especially when you move or you go to school far away. But for this area, if you go to school at Georgia, Auburn, Alabama, Georgia Tech, if you have an opportunity, if they recruit you, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you, DJ? And like I said, these are parents. These are all the things you need to be asking and worrying about when your son says, okay, I got these choices of school. Where are you? Think 4 years in advance. What's going to happen when you're out of school? Where are you going to work at? You know, what kind of resources does that school have? What kind of school, what your major is going to be? You got to think 4 years in advance, DJ.
Now, I mentioned no Division I schools, but it's the same thing. You talk about Alabama State, Tuskegee, Albany State, Fort Valley. If you have an opportunity to play or go to school for free at those schools, this town is full of those alumni that are making major decisions in human resources, as you say, for this area.
That's right, DJ. I mean, again, you don't have to be a Division I, Division II, HBCU. I mean, look at the Fort Valley piece, the Albany State piece. This town is full of Fort Valley, Albany State alumni that are working, very successful business entrepreneurs. They can help you, but look at the resources. And always, when you get out of school, and come home for the summer, find a summer job or internship, stay busy, and kind of find out where your resources are.
The bottom line as we close, folks, we want you to know this. Don't go on campus just trying to look at the shiny facilities. Who's got the biggest weight room, the best, audio set, the best. I mean, you got to ask people questions. And again, when I say people questions, Dale and I, when we were, granted, when we were being recruited, we understood who ran Columbus, Georgia, because we knew ultimately we could come back here, and lo and behold, we did.
We did, DJ, best move we ever made, but at the same time, think about 4 years in advance, not where you are right now, where you're going.
All right, we'll take a short break. This is Sports Visions.
Sports Vision, sponsored by Aflac, Chick-fil-A, Mel and Abe's, Styles by Denise, Jordan Girls, Taylor Funeral Home, Forrest B. Johnson and Associates, State Farm, Jimmy Watts Agency, and Dr. Jamie Winchester.
Take a deep breath in and exhale. And a gentle wave-like motion. Liberate your spine. And reach, toes blossoming.
Not that great at yoga.
Yeah, but when I slipped a disc, he paid my claim in just one day.
So he had your back?
Yep.
In just 1 day, we process approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go, so they're all priced to sell.
Titan, buy from just $21,130.
Ultima's just $19,900.
Rogues, just $19,800. All backed by lifetime warranty and more.
Hurry
before they're gone.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Dale, the men's NCAA tournament. Okay, and I don't think they've ever been a tournament that had this much of a shakeup, this many upsets, this many, surprises, if you will, ever since I know we've been following it.
I mean, really, DJ. This has been one for Cinderella. Yeah, you had Cinderella. Loyola was in there, but at the same time, Villanova, Michigan, those traditional schools, they still kind of came back in.
Well, again, when you talk about traditional schools, the Virginia and the North Carolina. I mean, you just think about Xavier. It was just a heck of a season, and I'm just so proud that, even regardless of what ended up happening, you got a team like Michigan and Villanova. They withstood the test of time.
They did, DJ, and really those 5s and 7s and 9s and 11 seeds, they are very important now, and I think really the number 1 seeded teams and the higher rated seeded teams, from now on, they will be very conscious to not pay attention to those seeding numbers, but to actually pay attention to those teams.
Now, it's ironic that Villanova made it back. Now, they have an opportunity to win. Of course, they've made it there 2 times in the last 3 years now. Who does that in basketball in particular? But the game, the culture of the game, the three-point shot, this is what has made Villanova so explosive and so good this year.
Yeah, DJ, going into this Final Four game, when they start playing, 18 threes against Kansas. I mean, really, I think they have a pro-style team. And, when you start making 18 threes, DJ, playing defense, they're big, they're long, getting stops anytime they need them. I think really Jay has done a great job with his Villanova team. And even the Michigan kids playing great defense all over the place and playing hard and scrappy the whole time.
Yep. Again, I know we're down here on the banks of the river, but make sure we keep that mic to us because we want to make sure we hear everything you say. Now, you talk about Jay Wright. That's the sharpest man in college basketball. Has been, and I love his style, his flavor. I would love to have opportunity, if I was a basketball player, to play for that guy.
Really, DJ, looks are everything, but I'm going to tell you, DJ, when I look at Villanova, man, I see a young NBA team. And I think for his style, his dress, the way he carries himself, his team, the way they play, I think really he got his guys ready to play.
Now, when we talk about Michigan, man, all I can see now is clips of the Fab Five and them showing Chris Webber back in the day with those guys, man, because, again, Michigan traditionally, when we talk about culture and flair and fashion in the NBA, it started with Michigan and the Fab Five back in the day with the long shorts, the black socks, and, again, those guys have their heyday once again.
They do, DJ, really to even just shine in a Final Four, or being in the finals, that's a good thing on both sides.
And the bottom line is, before we get out of here, Dale, is that we want to congratulate all the teams because it was one heck of a season. And I know that when you talk about basketball on the men's side, I think my love for the women is kind of coming up, Dale. It's hadn't surpassed the men's basketball side of things. But the fact of the matter is because of the excitement of March and the tournament leading from the Sweet 16 all the way down to these final championship game, you know what? It just gave you something to think about. You couldn't just wake up or go to sleep on a game, wake up and assume that your team was going to be there.
That's right, DJ, because now, even with the mist of the clouds hanging over the NCAA basketball arena and stuff, for what's going to happen and all these allegations and things, it still had a great ending.
Absolutely. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break and be right back after this.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people. But when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson & Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first. When you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident, remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Visions. Dale having an opportunity to broadcast here on the beautiful banks of the Chattahoochee. We have to do more of this.
Got to do more of it, DJ. You know, again, got perfect light, got the God-made light right here. Great ambiance, great environment, nice place.
Absolutely. And again, congratulations to both the men and women's NCAA basketball champions. What a season.
What a season, DJ. Again, all the women's did a great job and the men did a great job. Kudos to the NCAA tournament people, DJ. Great tournament.
And while we're giving out kudos again to Kirby Smart. Not just for what he's doing on the field with our Bulldogs, but what he's doing off the field is forming that bond, bringing that family closer together, bringing these former Lettermen together to meet up and talk and mentor our young teammates or young mates on the current football team right now.
And we do have to give credit to Mark Richt for starting this program. I still think it's a great program. You got all these kids graduating, going to school, great recruiting opportunity to know that you got human resources and people that are willing to give you jobs when you get through football.
Last but not least, Dale, only a week away from one of the greatest events I think that you and I both have put together. Sure, the football event is over the top, but this female Athlete of the Year Awards luncheon in just the third year, coming up Thursday, April 19th, 11:30 at St. Luke Ministry Center. Dale, I'm so proud again, and I don't want to keep patting you on the back or pat myself on the back. I want to pat our community partners on the back for allowing us their brand and also their resources to put something on to honor these young ladies.
And that's another thing, DJ. Again, you know, we've been out of school with almost 30 years, but having the resources and building a network here in Columbus, it helps tremendously. We could not do a female athlete of the year luncheon without our corporate partners.
It's still not too late to call if you want to get on board. You want to buy a table, you want to buy a ticket, you want to buy a sponsorship. Give us a call. 706-681. 1136 is my number, and 706-681-5192 for Dale.
That's right, man. It's going to be a great event. Call us.
Well, that's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Be sure to check out our Facebook page, Sports Visions TV Show, or our website, www.sportsvisionsusa.com.